What is up, winning team? So this is like maybe the 6th time I've tried to record a video in like the last 48 hours that I would actually upload. So let's see how that goes. And I was just like, you know what, while I'm out and about, I'm going to try again, because I'm trying, I don't know, you guys, whenever I start overthinking doing my videos, that's when I know I'm not doing okay. And I know I'm not doing okay because I've got a rash, like my eczema has popped up, which I've said before. I don't know if I've said this, but my body goes through stages of how it reacts to stress. Like one of them being like these brown spots in my eyes. That's my eyes always looking brown. But those are just there for the moment right now. The other one is I start to break out of rashes on my hands. And the worst is when I'm like, I start to develop eczema-like symptoms, and that happens rarely. So when I realized that happening yesterday, while I was in the middle of recording a video, I thought, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. And I don't know what to do about it. So I'm just going to ramble in the hopes that I can get to something that I'll actually post, so I can like hopefully move on. Because I don't know, maybe you guys have some recommendations. I feel like I need to pivot in life a little bit. Like, obviously I'm waiting for whatever the Lord is doing, which again, God in his classic telling you the bigger picture, but not telling you what the step 1, step 2, and then step 3 is, you know? So I know where everything's all going to end up. And I've kind of exhausted explaining that on the channel. I kind of feel like that's why I'm in a rut. Because normally I'm like, okay, even if I'm like experiencing the warfare and frustrated and stressed and trying to get my life together and trying to figure out whatever, at least before I was feeling like, well, at least I can go to YouTube and like share everything, you know, and, you know, do the book. Oh, I wonder if the Butchers is opening, because if they are, I need to go and talk to this man. Anyway, and all of that. So I kind of feel like now, hold on a minute, you guys, I'm so distracted. Low key, the store looks amazing, and I just have to figure out what I got to do. What have I got to do for them to let me work there? I can't think about that right now, though. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, so I kind of feel like a part of where all of this is coming from is because I've now basically said all that needs to be said, and it's kind of like it's just time to get to whatever we're doing. Like, we know what's going on. We know the story with the Kingdom of Darkness. We know what the problem is. We know what we need to do to correct it. We know. So I'm here just kind of like, well, God, what's next? Like, and that's causing me to feel bored, because I honestly am just waiting for us to act now. So now the one thing that I had before of feeling like, oh, it's good that we have the, I'm doing all these videos and talking about all these things. It's kind of like, well, we know everything we need to know now. So what am I supposed to do? What am I genuinely supposed to do now with my time? Because my job is just irritating me more and more. Like, one of the things that's bothering me, right? The problem with actually working in an industry is you're there to actually experience all the changes and like actually practically see how they're going to affect the kids. So like, one of the things that has been bothering me now is, and it started to bother me while I was still at school, so that was 12 years ago, so I've been annoyed about this for a long time, is all this digitalization. So like how they want to do the exams for the kids online, they're thinking of switching over, and it's like, that is such a bad idea. again, for the maths and science students, that is such a bad idea. I can't begin to express, because like writing things down, note taking, how you write down what you do and everything right now is about where they get 70% of the marks in their exams. So it's one of those things that I have to work on a lot with the kids, because they're not very good at it. Neither are the adults either. And I just got very good at it very early on, because I realized how important it was, because I'm investigative and I studied the mark scheme, and I realized, oh, this is a 5-mark question. I only get 1 mark for the answer, and I get 4 marks for everything else. So I became really efficient with it, and it's not difficult for me now. And it wasn't difficult for me at school, but I actually enjoyed it, because like it helped me to organize my own thoughts, hence why I was able to do the work. Also, that's what I'm saying, it helps you to organize your thoughts so that you can break the questions down into more digestible pieces, because a lot of the times that's why people struggle, in general. You're like rushing to the end of the question, and it's like, no, you have to go back through the question and take each like single bite of the question at a time. Hence why writing with your hands in your own handwriting, like as you're thinking, is so helpful. So how we're going to translate that to the computer, or trying to now them have to pick up another skill, because this is what I'm saying, like sometimes the issues these kids are having, it's not necessarily that they can't do the work, it's that they have another skill that hasn't been taught, like problem solving being the number one. You're taught all these different topics separately, and then you're given questions where those topics are mixed together. But problem solving is a skill. Like I just said, I just explained to you what I meant about that. You look at each section, you take one bite, and then you take another bite, like just like how you eat, like how I describe it to the children. So anyway, that's just another thing ticking me off. Like it's like we're really just like letting the kingdom of darkness win. I've done all the work I can to figure out where this all started and what the solution is. I've written a freaking book about it, right? Like, what else do you want from me? You know what I mean? I've come out here, I've I've shared all my stories, I've been honest about a lot of things other people wouldn't be honest about. I've shared that with you guys. What else is there for me to do? Like, what more can I possibly do? What do I need to do for there to be some kind of something like tangible? Because otherwise everything is just boring. Like just existing how everybody else is just boring, and I'm so sorry. Like I know most people just are happy to comfortably live in the curses of Adam and Eve and live that kind of life, because that's just what everybody's doing. But like some of us have been more than convinced, that this isn't the life that the Lord had intended for us anyway, and the only reason we're here is because we want it to be our own gods. And I'm doing everything in my power to not be my own God. So that's where I'm just like, God, what else am I not doing? What else are we not doing as a people, And the unfortunate reality, because I always kind of know the answer to my questions, unfortunately, with the Lord, it's a few things. Number one, there are people yet to wake up, and it's going to be a big movement, and it's going to be like like I keep saying in the story in Matthew, all the wheat will be gathered, all the weeds will be gathered together at the same time. So, there's the part of me that appreciates, maybe there are some people who are yet to actually switch to the winning season, but that will actually be a part of this winning season. Also, hold on. I also appreciate the fact that, like, because there's people, God's trying to give a chance. Like, this is why we actually suffer to be the first at anything. I just say that. For the people who are early adopters or early to wake up, we actually have to suffer, because some of it is we're waiting for the people. I'm done. I just saw this guy who I know, and I couldn't put my finger on where I know him from, but now I know. It's the one I avoid in the supermarket. Lol. And one day I just casually asked him his work schedule, as if like I was so interested in everything, just to figure out when to avoid going to that supermarket. I'm actually done. Anyway, he was in a rush, thank the Lord. Thank Jesus. Anyways, Yeah, like, it sucks to be the first, like the first to wake up, because some people are living in the comfortability of the ignorance being bliss, right? They're going to wake up at the last minute, and albeit I'm happy, look, I want to see everybody win. There's no one, I don't want anybody to go to hell. I don't want to see anybody in hell, no one. So don't get me wrong, I'm not like saying it in the types of way of like, how did they get in when it took them this long? I more mean it like, it's annoying having to wait for things to happen for me because of waiting on others. And I hate waiting on people. I hate it. I think I've said this before. Look, the horse. Hey, horsey. This place is so random. I love it here. That's the sad thing about this town is I love it. It's just all the memories are bad. Like, so many of them are bad. But all the ones of me being like out in nature with my friends, those are like some of the best memories ever of my entire life, were just being out in all these random places with my friends and all this. So anyway, but yeah. So I feel like that's a bit of a part of it, that it just sucks to be on the upper end, especially because so many of the things that I think are things that I've thought for well before even I was an adult. So many of the things I've thought since I was like 7, 8, where I've just kept it in because I was just like the only one, seeming to see so many issues with so many things in the world itself. Because let's not forget, I grew up on the internet. So I was already doing deep dives into all sorts of things. By the age of 12, I was an expert, mate, at doing deep dive research about stuff in the world. So to watch adults who are like double my age, or like 10, 20, 30 years older than me, be so late to catch up, especially when they walk around with pride and have done all this time and have had the audacity to speak down on my generation, it's absolutely irritating and boring, and it makes this place insufferable, this hellscape we call society. You know what I mean? So that's how I'm feeling 24/7 now that I don't have the fun of like, oh, I have so many, because there was a time where I knew I was going to do the Bible summary, then Noah, then this, we're going to attack Islam, Scientology, this. It's like, we've done it. We've honestly done it. Like, so I'm just like, God, what's next now? Now, the funny thing is, having said everything that I'm saying, this was my goal. My goal was to get to this point by this time, around this time this year, before winter this year. That was the goal. And I guess I'm just panicking because I'm like, what if this is another year? Because all I want more than anything, you guys, is to get all of this stuff done and to disappear off in the winter, like for like 2 months. That's all I'm asking for on a break. That's what I'm asking for. That's why I've been working extra hard. I've been staying up doing these videos because I'm like, God, I'm going to do everything to make sure you have no reason not to, answer my prayers. And so that's why I've done things the way I've been doing them, because it's to be like, God, look, I'm doing it. So there's no excuse for us not to get me to where I want to get to. I'm trying to pull my weight in the team. I'm trying. I feel like that's what's really depressing me, actually, to be completely honest with you and vulnerable, is that I feel like I'm trying my best and it's just not good enough. And I know it's because like, as the Lord told me a couple of years ago, really annoyingly, that, the goals that I have are things that cannot be achieved by myself. You know what I mean? Like going and busting into those underground tunnels and finding those kids and crashing the education system. Like, I'm honestly ready for a revolution. Like, that's really what I would love. And I visualize it all the time. Like, I envision myself just out in the streets, because I don't care. I will die for what I believe in. Like, I've said this before, I will die for what I believe in. I will happily die for what I believe in, because what a good reason to die. Like, it's actually sad as well, because a friend of mine, I can't even argue with him, but he's like, probably my closest friend in this country, and honestly one of the only few people I can actually bear to be around. And of course, probably arguably the best man I know in this country thinks he should go to the army for discipline, to fight for the country, to do. And I was just like, why is it always the people like, why? Like, why are you going to put yourself out on the front lines? But I get it, because it's feeling like how I'm feeling. In a different, like, same text, different font. Like, you're doing all this stuff. We know about the system because we talk about it all the time. Hence why it's refreshing to hear somebody else crashing out about everything as well. And then his solution is, oh, I'm going to go and take on even more responsibility and put myself in the front lines because I don't feel like I'm doing enough. And I'm like, I don't know anybody that works harder than you anyway, right now, in person, like in this country. I don't know anyone that works harder than him, genuinely. So, you know, half the reason we're even friends in the first place because I'm just genuinely that worried about him, and I'm concerned that there's nobody else, that there's too many people. Let's just say there's too many people who love his generosity. And so I do wonder if there's anybody that's actually looking out for him. So, therefore, I am. But yeah, and I was just like, I get it though. That's why I can't argue with him about that, because I'm like, you know what? I get it. Like, you want to feel like you're doing something meaningful and valuable, and like we're not just wasting away like in this system, knowing how it is, knowing what's going on, and then just kind of like just taking it lying down, which is kind of how I feel as well. I'm like, I already know. I feel like I'm just taking it lying down. And I feel like the recent events of my life in the last 2 weeks, I've been on this ongoing crash out, and this ongoing, like, just, I don't know what you want to call it, has made me realize that, yeah, that's actually how I'm feeling, is that like something has to give now. Like, I don't know, something has to give. I tried to work with the education system. I tried to make changes. You guys would be surprised the things that I've done, you know. I tried to make all these videos and try and educate the people and try and share, you know, and be open and honest. And I'm just like, God, what more do I have to do, you know? So even if he could give me confirmation, maybe I should ask, Lord, if you could give me confirmation that I've done the best that I can, that'd be nice. But I just hate it. Like, I wake up every day, like today I woke up, this is why I don't like sleeping. So at least if I don't sleep, it's kind of like the days all blur into each other, and I don't really notice that it's another day. But when I go to sleep and then my brain has to click back into being here, and I'm still here, like, and I wake up and I see the same ceiling, or I see the same wall, or I hear the same alarm. It is just torturing me at this point. And I feel like it's because I've had a taste of a life that's not like this. And unfortunately, I know that the Lord has led me here because he knows that I'm one of the people that like doesn't just take things sitting down. But then for me to truly understand something, I have to have like gone through it, and hence why he's allowed me to go through so many things. And I get it, because then when people tell me stuff, I'm like, you know what? I get it. I'm not quick to tell people that what they're saying isn't true. I'm not quick to be in disbelief. There's no way that happened. I'm usually like, I don't say that I've experienced it a lot of the time, but look at how nice the trees look behind me. Can you tell? Look at the pattern of them and how they're all just different colors. It's so nice. It looks way better in person. I swear down I'm getting a camera. Anyway, you know, so I get why God would put me in this predicament, because he's like, she's going to be like, enough is enough. She's going to think enough is enough. Because if this is how I'm feeling, and bearing in mind I'm the one who's in the faith and who has faith and who's just like, look, God, what day is it that these things are going down that you've been telling me? When are we seeing the kingdom of darkness come crashing? Oh, that's blueberries. The kingdom of darkness come crashing down. When are we going to see, you know, all these industries come crashing down, all these fake phony leaders, like, and I don't want them to bearing in mind, guys, I don't want people to like die or something or go to hell, but I just feel like we need to remove them from where they are in every industry, because it's affecting the people. The jury of the sheeple is being deceived, and those are the lives I care about, you know, the jury of the sheeple. So once a frigging again, you know what I mean, the world, you'll always be punished for actually caring. That's something that any caring person out there, any empathetic person will know. And you'll always thrive if you live selfishly. Do you know who sleeps the best at night? Karens. Think about this all the time. Karens are some of the people I believe that sleep the best at night, because they're so unself-aware. I can't believe this, what I'm seeing right now. So I'm not going to take a video because it's the kids, right? But this mom, okay, so you guys know how there's horses everywhere, right? So this mom right now is with her 2 kids, right? One of them's in the pram and one of them's in with her, with next to the horse. Now the kid that's in the pram is like a good couple of meters behind them, yeah? And behind where she can see. And she's all having fun and games, lovey-doveys with the other kid, feeding a carrot to the horse, right? And I kid you not, this is one of those worst case scenarios, because there are real weirdos about. You could have easily have just kidnapped that child, especially like here, where there's the forest, like right here behind me, where I am here, right next to us. In an instant, that could have just happened. And this would have been one of those, but I turned for just 1 second types of situations that you hear about. Bro, I don't want to have kids. It's too scary. They're just too much. It's too much. Because I can't cope with things like this. I can't cope. But anyway, yeah. So you get the gist. Oh, so beautiful. Oh, the colors. Now we just need the leaves to just fall off the trees. Get out of there. So we can really start to have some fun this winter. You see what I'm saying? I need to be forgetting what my name is like this winter. That's what my plan is. I want to forget what teaching meant, what the word teacher even is. That's why I've been doing all this hard work. All this time. I was like, I hate most 9 months of the year anyway. So I may as well just crack down, right, in that time and just be pumping out videos, just be finishing books, just be doing the work, you know, so that when winter hits, I can take a well-deserved break. So yeah, anyway, that's the story. I think at the end of it, I'm in that anxiety moment of there's nothing else more I can do, which is something I struggle with, because I'm the type of person that if I see an issue, I don't hesitate to do something about it. Hence why people perceive me as confident when really I'm not confident. I'm just like, it's like, if I can see, I don't know, if I can see somebody's in need and I can do something about it, it's not in my nature to just not do something about it. You know what I mean? Or if I see there's a problem and I believe I have the ability to find the answer, I'm obviously going to find the answer. Why am I going to just sit there with the problem? You know what I mean? So now, because I can see problems and I just don't have solutions, what I do, but the solutions require personnel in large quantities, that's what's stressing me out. And also the fact that, like, it's just like when, because I'm afraid of God and the way he uses time. Because God has no problems whatsoever being like, yeah, soon, that soon could be 4 generations down the road from me. It could not even be me. I've been thinking about this. This is what's been horrifying me about Moses and his generation and all of that, is like how the truth of the matter is, he said to Moses, yeah, you people, my people, are going to make it to the promised land. Now, what was not clearly stated, well, and then I believe that's because it's what God intended, is, but your generation isn't going to make it. God probably would have known by that point, right? Because he's God. But then my thing is, right, And this is the scary part, is that it really was up to Moses, yeah, to make it to the promised land, to hold on to his faith, which is why I'm holding on to my faith with everything that I have, even if I've got nothing else left to give. That's why I'm making this video, because that's all I can talk about, because that's all I have the energy to think about right now, because of how much I feel like, you know, the devil would just love for me to be like, you know. But all it took was, if he could have just maintained his faith, like, his generation would have made it. And that's a scary thought, because it's like, what if my faith isn't enough, for one, and for two, right? That's a heavy responsibility on all of us, because that's representative of all of us, wherever we are, whether it's in your communities, in your churches, in your families, in whatever, even in your friendship groups and things like that. If you can be the one person that holds on to their faith, your faith can save everybody, as we saw with Rahab. So, you know, and that's the other thing. I find everybody very faithless, and it irritates me, because it's like, why are you worried really about the things of this world? I'm irritated because I'm waiting for the inevitable, right? It's like, why are you worried if you believe in God? Why are we fretting? So just be nice. That's why I was saying it's nice talking to my friend, because he's also crashing out about everything. And then I'm like, thank you for crashing out about everything, and not just going on with life as if this is all acceptable and we should all just take the L's from the devil lying down, when we can actually stand up and like do some things. So anyway, I got to go. I don't know why I'm so out of breath, because I'm tired, to be honest. But anyways, you guys, if a life's a game, it's pay to win. I hope you enjoyed my ramblings. But I don't know, I just didn't know I just had to get it off my chest, because my mental health is in the bin. Because I'm just like, God, how long are we going to wait for this? I've been praying for years for all these things to happen. And it's just like, when is it going to happen? Because I don't want to be living my winning season when I'm old and crusty and dusty. I want to still be able to enjoy some time while I'm still young enough. You know what I mean? So that's my issue. It's not that I'm worried about time per se, but like, I want to be able to be young and enjoy my youth. What's the last few crumbs of it that's left? So anyways, you guys, life's a game, let's pay to win. God bless you all. God loves you. I love you. And I'll see you in my next one. Goodbye.